But I think now is the time. I think now is the time, and I think we're, as I said, it's kind of a moment in history where we're at this cusp point that if a few leaders in the different groups, whether it's an accounting firm that's providing an integrated audit, whether it's more corporations that are producing integrated reports, it's sell-side analysts who are producing reports that are more integrated in their view, it's investors asking for this information, incorporating it, regulators doing things like voluntary filing programs, probably a whole nother talk. We get initiatives being taken by these different groups, by different countries, and as I said, and I'm not playing to the audience, I'm making the pitch in New Zealand because I do think it's easier for a country like New Zealand to move than it is for the United States. China, I think, could move very quickly, but for a different set of reasons, its political system. You can imagine that if a year or two from now we had New Zealand, and we have already South Africa, and then I think Brazil, there's a tremendous amount of potential for things to happen very quickly in Brazil, and in China and India. I think the Netherlands would be an obvious place, Germany, and clearly France. If there were 5 or 6 countries in the world where there was a lot of tangible progress around integrated reporting, and there were certain industries, and you're beginning to see a critical mass in pharmaceuticals, and the International Integrated Reporting Committee has made some progress in developing its framework, and this has been given greater global political highlight and legitimacy by a G20 meeting that calls for some group to move this thing along, and then the G20 members essentially then committing themselves to do something. And I think you could see something where it turns out to be very nonlinear. We'll look back in history and see there was a 50-year period or more going back to the origins of accounting standards in the 30s with the formation of the SEC. That was a step change. I think we're at the point in history where there needs to be and can be another step change in terms of what corporate reporting is like. It's not preordained. I think the wind is at our back. But I think more critical is that we all feel a sense of urgency for the reasons that we all understand. I would encourage everybody who is watching this videotape to take just a moment and think about what he or she could do to take personal responsibility themselves for actions that they could take to further the cause of integrated reporting. And with that, I thank you for your attention. Good luck.